Alright, for the rest of our videos, we are not going to have ordered pairs, and we are going to have to graph it all on our own paper. So this is going to be a little bit like how you're going to be in intermediate algebra, and so this is actually getting you better familiarized with graphing equations. So notice that I don't have anything to fill out. I don't have ordered pair box. So I'm just going to make my own ordered pair box. And again, I always want to come up with the easiest numbers, like 0, 1, you can use -1. And I'm going to plug these into my equation and find the value so I can plot my points. So for the first one, I'm plugging in a 0 in for my x. So I have y equals 2 times 0 plus 8. So y equals 0 plus 8 is just 8. So when x is 0, y is 8. For the next one, for my b, I have y equals 2 times 1 plus 8. And so 2 times 1 is just 2 plus 8 is 10. So 110 is going to be my next ordered pair. So remember, when you're plotting points, you want to start at the origin. You're grabbing your line tool first and do not click until you're at the second location. So when I click on my line tool and my coordinate plane's following me around, I go 0 left or right, and I'm going to go up 8 units. Don't click until you get to this point right here. So don't click here, click at this dot. Alright, now your line's going to be tilting like this until you get to your next dot. So going back to my origin, I'm going to go to the right 1 unit because it's positive, and I'm going to go up 10 units. So don't click until you get to this point here. And remember, it automatically draws your line for you. So you have to come up with these numbers yourself, and all you're doing is you're plugging them into your equation given, and then clicking on the line tool and plotting these points. Okay, this is not too difficult. Now I am going to put these two examples on the screen at the same time. Notice that number 6 and number 7 both have one variable. One has an x equals and one has a y equals, and they don't have any other variables in them. So it's x equals a number and y equals a number. These are special graphs. And you will see more about these special graphs in intermediate algebra. But anytime that you have just an x equals a number, this is a vertical line. Anytime you have y equals a number, this is a horizontal line. Okay? What is a vertical line? A vertical line is up and down. What is a horizontal line? A horizontal line is left to right. Okay? So I'm going to plot these points, and I'm going to show you why this vertical line is where it's at and what it actually means. So if I have x equals -4, I'm actually going to cover up this horizontal line for a second. If I have x equals -4, where on the x-axis is x -4? Well, right here. So I'm actually going to draw my horizontal line right here at x equals -4. Now, let's plot some points. I'm just going to plot some points so you can see what these numbers would be. Okay? So if I plotted these points, I have -4, 0. I have -4, 2. I have -4, 6. Down here I have -4, -4. And -4, -8. What do they all have in common? The -4 for your x. They're saying that x is -4. You know you have the correct graph if this equation actually makes sense. X is -4 on this entire line. That's why that line is a vertical line at x equals -4. Okay? So when you're graphing this on your homework, you don't have to plot 4 points. I just wanted you to see the correlation between the equation and actually this graph. So when you plot this, you don't have to put any particular dots. You're going to hit that line tool. I would click on that x equals -4 on the x-axis first, and then you can click anything on that vertical line up or down. Just one other dot, okay? Because remember, you only need 2. So when you click on it, I'll show you on this graph what you want to do, because you don't have any points. We didn't substitute anything. We just know what the line looks like. So here I have the y equals 5. And so for the y equals 5, this is a horizontal line. So where on the y-axis is y a positive 5? Well, up here. So let me just show you how you would click this on your homework. You would click the line tool. You would go up to that y equals positive 5 and click. And then any other place, left or right, as long as you're on that horizontal line, you would click and it would form that horizontal line. Okay? So again, I'm going to show you the difference or why this is y equals 5. So this point is at negative 6, 5. This point is at 0, 5. This point is at 5, 5. And notice that 5 for your y's are always the same. That's what they have in common. So that's why the y equals 5 graph is a horizontal line at that level. Okay? The last graph that we're going to do is the y equals x graph. And we have two variables, so this is not a special line, even though it looks like one. So I'm going to go ahead and make my ordered pair chart. I'm going to have a 0 and a 1. So when I plug in a 0 for my x, I have y equals 0. This is my A, this is my B. So y equals 0, so 0, 0 is going to be my first one. And then for my B, y equals 1. That was so easy. So this one, whatever your x is, your y is going to equal. So I'm going to grab my line tool, go to my origin, click first, and then remember it's tilting as you go to the next one. So I'm going to go in the right direction one and up one. Don't click till you get to that next dot. It's going to form your line all the way for you. And that's the end of beginning algebra. So if you have any questions with your graphing, it's very important that you understand it. So please let me know if you need any extra help, any extra examples, and I will be glad to help you out. All right, see you later.